Welcome to the June 2023 Quarterly Hogs and Pigs Agricultural Statistics Board Briefing. I'm Travis Averill, Livestock Branch Chief. And first, I'd like to provide an overview for the June 2023 Quarterly Hogs and Pigs Survey data collection. On the map are the sample sizes for all 50 states in the survey. A total of 4,526 operations were surveyed this quarter. Data collection started on May 31st and finished on the 15th of June. Normal collection methods were used to gather the data through mail, telephone, internet, and face-to-face interviews. The primary data items collected were total inventory by class and weight groups, along with sows farrowing, pig crop, and pigs per litter. This quarter's revisions for U.S. hogs and pigs, all inventory and pig crop estimates from June of 2022 to March of 2023 were reviewed using final pig crop, official slaughter, death loss, and updated import and export data. The table has the initial estimate, current revision, the net revision, and the current estimate. This is the second opportunity for revisions for December 2022. For all hogs and pigs, December 1, 2022, the net revision is up 2.4%. The current estimate is at 74.9 million. For the September to December 2022 pig crop, the net revision is an increase of 3%. The current estimate is 34.7 million. This quarter was the first opportunity to revise March of 2023. For all hogs and pigs, March 1, 2023, the net revision is an increase of 0.3%. The current estimate is at 73.1 million. Next, for the June 1st, all hogs and pigs is at 72.4 million head, up 0.1% from previous year. Breeding hogs is at 6,146,000 head, a decrease of 0.4% from 2022. Market hogs is at 66.2 million head, up 0.2% from last year. As you can see in the bottom left-hand corner are the top 5 states. Iowa leads the way, followed by Minnesota. Though you can see North Carolina, the inventory is in red. They're down 7% from previous year, and they're at 7.6 million. Illinois and Indiana wrap up the top 5. To the right is the chart of the U.S. quarterly hogs and pigs inventory from 2014 to present. The June inventories are represented by the orange square, and the previous quarter for March is the green diamond at 73.1 million. Here's a map of the United States for June 1st, 2023, hogs and pigs inventory with comparisons to 2022. The top number is the inventory as a unit of 1,000 head. The bottom number is the percent change from previous year's inventory. Of the 16 published states, 10 states are increasing from previous year, and those are in blue, and the darker the blue, the larger the percent change is from previous year. 6 states are in red, as they are decreasing from 2022. Note there were no state record highs or lows for the June quarter. As I stated on a previous slide, market hogs is at 66.2 million and up 0.2% from last year. Let's look at the breakouts of the market hogs by weight groups. Less than 50 pounds is at 20.9 million. Up 0.2% from 2022. 50 to 119 pounds is at 18.7 million head, an increase of 0.3% from previous year's inventory. The 120 to 179 pound weight group is at 13.9 million. They're also up 0.3% from last year. 180 pounds and over is at 12.7 million head, down 0.2% from 2022. Below the table is the quarterly distributions of weight groups since June of 2020. Sows farrowed from March to May 2023 is at 2,896,000 head. 2,896,000 head, down 71,000 head from previous year. Note in the March Hogs and Pigs report, NASS had second intentions for the same quarter at 2,930,000 head, compared to 2,981,000 head in the December 2022 Hogs and Pigs report as the first intentions. Though for the second intentions for June to August 2023, Sows farrowing is at 2,942,000, down 3.9% from prior year's actual farrowings. Note, in the March Hogs and Pigs report, NASS had the first intentions for the same quarter at 2,973,000 head. For the first intentions for September to November 2023, sows farrowing is at 2,953,000, down 139,000 head from previous year's actual farrowings. At the bottom is the U.S. quarterly sows farrow chart since 2014. Sows farrowed from March to May are the green squares. The second intentions for June to August is the orange diamond, and the first intentions for September to November is the purple triangle. Pig crop weaned for March to May of 2023 is at 32,891,000 head, an increase of 0.8% from previous year. Pigs per litter weaned is at 11.36, up from the rate of 11 from last year and also up 0.34 from previous quarter's rate. The chart of the U.S. quarterly pigs per litter from 2014 to current. Since 2019, the rate had tapered around 11, but this quarter's litter rate is a record high for all quarters at 11.36. Trade expectations compared to NASS estimates as a percent of previous year. The trade ranges are gray, trade averages are the black circles, and the NASS estimates are the red squares. Of the items on this chart, only breeding hogs are within trade expectation, whereas trade expectations are higher both for farrow intentions for June to August and September to November, as they are at the bottom of the chart. Although all hogs and pigs, market hogs, and the pig crop from March to May 2023, trade expectations are lower. The all hogs and pigs chart of ASB first estimates versus final estimates for the last 10 years. ASB first and final estimates are the blue and red lines respectively. The trade ranges are illustrated with the light gray. Note, from this chart, 7 of the last 12 quarters, the ASB final estimate has been within trade expectations. Here's a table of the U.S. breeding herd inventory for the last 10 years and provides the disposition and utilization. The previous quarter breeding herd of 6,096,000 head. During the current quarter, hog producers slaughtered 798,000 head, and at the same time added 848,000 head back to the breeding herd. The current quarter's breeding herd is at 6,146,000, which is down 22,000 from last year. The sow utilization is calculated from the current quarter sows farrowed of 2,896,000 divided by the previous quarter's breeding herd, and it equates to 47.5%. Next, we have the Canadian imports by quarter for feeder pigs and slaughter hogs. Canadian feeder pigs and slaughter hogs imported for the second quarter 2023 accounted for 1,651,000 head compared to 1,693,000 head in 2022. This is a decrease of 2.5% from 2022. The Canadian quarter import values are above the respective quarters. Feeder pigs as a percentage of the imports are light blue. Of the imports from Canada, 75% are feeder pigs, or 1,240,000 head, down 3.9% compared to prior year's total of 1,290,000 head. Where slaughter hogs as a percentage of the imports, illustrated by the dark blue, accounted for 25% of the Canadian imports, or 411,000 head, which is up 2.2% from last year's total of 402,000 head. The U.S. prices received by farmers for hogs and corn. The chart provides the prices for the last 10 years. The hog prices are blue and corn prices are red. The most current prices are for April. May prices will be released on June 30th. To the right of the chart are the hog and corn prices for the last 6 months, along with the ratios. The 6-month ratios range from 8.51 to 10.28, and all are below the historic break-even ratio of 15. The current hog to corn ratio of 8.51 is the lowest since March of 2013. Highlight of some upcoming NASS reports. Tomorrow on June 30th, acreage, agricultural prices in the grain and rice stocks. July 30th, the CARE report, which is for cotton systems, fats, and oils in grain crushings. Crop production will be released on July 12th. July 20th, livestock slaughter, cattle, and the cattle on feed report will be released on July 21st. July 28th, agricultural prices and farm production expenditures. Later today at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'll be hosting Stat Chat to answer any questions concerning the release of the June Hogs and Pigs report. All reports are available at the NASS official website. I appreciate everyone attending today's live streaming session for the June quarterly Hogs and Pigs briefing. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the day. This concludes the live streaming session.